In the peaceful town of Waldo, Florida, nestled amidst the lush greenery, there lived a man named Willie. Willie was known far and wide for his remarkable worm farm, a sprawling oasis of wriggling earthworms that produced the finest compost in all of Waldo. The townsfolk marveled at Willie's green thumb and his dedication to sustainable gardening. One day, as Willie tended to his beloved worms, he felt a sudden pang of stress. Tax season was upon him, and the thought of filling out all those complicated forms made him break out in a nervous sweat. Determined to find a solution, Willie brainstormed ways to lighten his tax burden. Enter his mischievous friend and neighbor, Hansel. Hansel, with his quick wit and devilish charm, always seemed to have a solution for any problem. When Willie shared his tax troubles with Hansel, his eyes sparkled mischievously. "Willie, my friend, I think I've got just the solution for you," Hansel declared, unable to hide his excitement. With an air of mystery, Hansel led Willie through a series of back roads, eventually arriving at a hidden section of the nearby forest. There, nestled among the trees, was a lively troop of monkeys. "What are we doing here, Hansel?" Willie asked, bewildered. Hansel grinned mischievously. "Willie, my dear friend, I present to you the monkey tax preparers." Willie's eyes widened in disbelief. "Monkey tax preparers? Are you serious?" Hansel nodded vigorously. "Oh, they're the best in the business. Watch and learn." Hansel handed a stack of tax forms to the monkeys, who promptly began flipping through the pages, scratching their heads and chattering amongst themselves. Willie watched, both fascinated and skeptical. He couldn't help but wonder if this was just another of Hansel's wild pranks. But to his astonishment, the monkeys seemed to genuinely understand the forms. They flipped through the papers, scribbled on them, and even nodded approvingly at certain sections. It was as if they were born to be tax preparers. Excitement overwhelmed Willie. The thought of having his taxes done by monkeys brought a newfound lightness to his heart. Days turned into weeks, and the monkey tax preparers diligently filled out forms, calculated deductions, and organized receipts. The townsfolk, hearing about Willie's unusual method, couldn't help but be intrigued. They flocked to Willie's worm farm, eager to witness this peculiar spectacle. However, as the tax deadline drew near, a commotion erupted in the forest. The monkeys, usually calm and collected, had started tossing papers in the air, bickering over deductions, and even flinging a few bananas at each other. Willie rushed over, his heart pounding with worry. "What's going on, Hansel? Are my taxes in order?" Hansel scratched his head, his mischievous grin fading. "It seems our monkey tax preparers have reached their limit, Willie. They may have gotten a bit carried away with their newfound responsibility." Willie let out a sigh, realizing that his plan might have been a bit too ambitious. He thanked the monkeys for their efforts and kindly asked them to return to the forest, reassuring them that their services were no longer required. As the monkeys scampered away, Willie turned to Hansel with a sheepish smile. "Well, Hansel, it looks like I'll have to face my taxes the old-fashioned way." Hansel chuckled. "Don't worry, Willie, we tried something different, and even though it didn't work out, we had quite an adventure." With a renewed determination, Willie tackled his tax forms, realizing that sometimes the traditional approach was the most reliable. And as he filled out each line, he couldn't help but laugh, reminiscing about the time he almost had a team of monkey tax preparers. From that day forward, the story of Willie's monkey tax preparers became a legendary tale in Waldo, reminding everyone that while it's good to think outside the box, sometimes the simplest solutions are the ones that bring the most peace of mind and fewer banana fights.